You know what my favorite part about Zelda is?
What?
Is how it doesn't hold your hand, take you a ride around town, and not let you go where you want. It truly is a free experience.
Not really.
What makes you say that?
Well, the game's kind of on rails to a degree.
No, I just got to the new palace, and it's like this huge open world where you can just do anything you want, and you can do all the other dungeons.
Wait. This is not Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, it is. I'm still playing on the N64.
How?
I just moved to the next palace.
This isn't even plugged in.
Then how am I moving in the game? And Horizon Zero Dawn. Alright, so I figured this time we talk about not just one game, but two games. Mainly because I want to make a comparison between the two, Horizon Zero Dawn and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Now, I've played Horizon Zero Dawn and you haven't, right?
Yeah, no, I like good games.
Yeah, I can see why you haven't played this then. Because it's just one of those games. It feels like it was made by Ubisoft. It was like, it's open world kind of. It's kind of a stealth game. It's kind of a survival game. It's only kind of good. That's it.
See, that is not what I've heard online.
Well, what have you heard online? The graphics, photo mode.
I see a lot of photo mode stuff.
I'm not gonna
tell
lie.
me the game's not beautiful?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's kind of amazing how good that game looks. But when you play it, it's kind of like you're walking through a museum because you can look but don't touch because, like, when you try to climb on something, you can't, which is bullshit.
That's an interesting analogy.
Which is bullshit because in the cutscenes there are moments where your character literally just climbs like cliffs without anything, just climbs cliffs. But in the game,
I don't want to stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I'm reading Paper Girls number 11, and this young little girl is smoking a cigarette.
Oh my! What about our youth?
That's just crazy. So you were saying?
So yeah, climbing's not a thing. Survival isn't really a thing. It's just go around, pick up things that heal you, or
Right.
things that don't heal you. Whatever, it's up to you. I guess that's freedom. And enemy variety is interesting in this game because like some of the big robot dinosaur things you fight are actually really fun to fight because you have to think up of like a tactic and how to defeat them because like just shooting arrows at them won't work. So you get out your little line launcher and you shoot them to the ground, or you put up like a trap wire and hope they walk across it so they get shocked or frozen. Then you go in and attack. But that's for the big enemies. For a lot of the story, you're fighting humans.
Really?
And humans are not fun to fight. It's basically just freeze time and go for headshots.
That doesn't sound fun.
And
like, this game has always looked like a knockoff, or I guess just a different like setting and all that kind of bullshit version of the new Tomb Raider games, and less fun.
yeah, actually I was thinking like this game is somewhat mechanically similar to Tomb Raider, but it's just not as refined. Like the new Tomb Raider, like you can play like at any point and still have fun, but this game, like, it slowly doles out your abilities. It's a third-person shooter, but you can't switch over shoulders and you can't go behind cover, which I just don't get in this day and age, how you could do something like that.
Right. So how does this tie into Zelda?
Well, since they're both open world games, I'd like to talk about how Zelda handles it and how Horizon Zero Dawn handles it. Horizon, it just uses that as an excuse to show off the graphics. That's about it. But Zelda, though it does look a bit more barren than Horizon, it somehow feels more alive than Horizon.
It really does. Like, that game is fucking... I think that game is more attractive visually. I think it's... like, the gameplay looks more fun. I mean, it is more fun to me just because I've only played that. But
Right.
the game is actually fun. When I come across an enemy, like, it's fun. When I have to climb up a fucking tree to fly away or whatever, that's fun. When I am exploring, that's fun. Wherever you want to go in that game, you can go. Like, if you look out in the distance and you see fucking Death Mountain or whatever that place is called, you can just go there. I think Zelda is a great game and will probably end up being a lot of people's game of the year.
Right, and I honestly think this game, it might be like an instant classic. Like, this is like the game people will be talking about in like 20 years.
Yeah, well, I don't know about 20 years, but...
I mean, you know, people still talk about Ocarina, and that game's like outdated as hell. I mean, I love Ocarina, it's my favorite game of all time.
Like, I saw everyone playing Horizon when that came out, and I was like, this looks fucking boring.
It just
And
looks
then-
like a video game.
I didn't have a Switch, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get a Switch, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to play Zelda. I have a Wii U, but like, I was like, I'm not trying to play this game at 22 frames, you know? So I was just like, fuck it. But then I saw people playing Zelda, and I was like, holy shit, this looks really fun, you know? And I wanted to play Zelda, and I didn't even care if I had to play it on my dusty-ass Switch. So I literally went through my fucking ridiculous closet and dug through it and found my Wii U so I could play this game. And keep in mind, I haven't touched my Wii U in years, literally. So the fact that this game made me want to pull that miserable, insufferable piece of shit console out of the dusty abysses of my closet should honestly be a testament to it.
Also,
like, why wouldn't you just play any other game? If you're, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, just, I'm sorry, the game looks fucking trash. Like, you could literally play anything else, and it would be a better choice for your time.
Yeah,
You
and
could play
like,
Tomb Raider, you could play Tomb Raider 2, you could play
Well,
Uncharted,
I don't
you
know.
could play...
well, okay, I can see Uncharted, but like, I don't know about Tomb Raider. Oh, you mean like the new ones?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the old ones.
Whose man's is this? Like, he honestly just thought I was telling people to play Tomb Raider fucking 1 on the PS1. Like, with the fucking polygon titties. Like, no, I'm talking about the real Tomb Raider games. The ones that are knockoff Uncharted games.
And in my opinion, they play better than Uncharted.
Hold up, I just found the guy who's gonna be your cremator. Let's see. Hi, yes, are you calling about the cremation of Jurgen von Strangle? Oh, damn, no. You're not even worth cremating. Jesus.
Probably wouldn't fit in there. And the big thing about Zelda is like the freedom within it. Like even still, like you still see like gifs of people like coming up with like these creative ways of like taking down an enemy. Like, you know, like tying a balloon to a bomb and just like blowing it away into someone's general direction.
Yeah, like the Sheikah slate and everything like that, super fucking interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You got, like, the bow and arrow is actually fun to use in that game. Like,
Yeah. And there are, I guess, consequences for like using it too much because like I feel like arrows are somewhat limited. Like you can't just like shoot arrows and be like, ah, don't worry, I can make more.
Yeah.
Like in Horizon, like you can just create arrows on the fly, and time slows down for you while you do that. But in this game, like you kind of have to think like, shit, do I have enough arrows? Like, should I go to town and buy more, or should I go to like a little enemy hideout and try to get some from the archers?
tell me why this character is literally...
Alloy or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
That's fucking random. Just so happen to be reading this book as you decided to bring up this topic.
Right, I can see how that's random.
I dead ass like this is random as fuck.
Oh, I thought you picked on.
No, like I haven't read this. It didn't even dawn on me until just now.
Didn't Horizon Zero dawn on you?
Yeah, didn't Horizon Zero dawn on me until just now. So overall,
By the way, stupid fucking name.
for real.
And the reason why they call
And they
it
didn't
that,
just extend the name of the game to have a stupid name. They extended that across all of the characters' names. Aloy.
you know, Alloy. It's a bit there.
Like, fuck.
Rost.
Fuck. All the way off.
So the story in Horizon, like I think that's what the draw of the game. And to be honest, I just didn't get it because like it felt as strong as an Uncharted story, but without the characters. If you sum up the Uncharted stories, like they're pretty weak overall, but like
Yeah, I don't think like the Uncharted stories are carried by...
like the story itself. It's like about like,
Except for me. I think Uncharted 4 story is pretty good. But it's really about the characters.
yeah,
Like you're there because you fucking love Nathan Drake, you love his wife, you love his fucking old ass fucking guy who walks around with him. You love every one of them and you just want to spend 20 hours with them, you know?
Yeah, in Horizon Zero Dawn, you kind of have to love yourself in order to continue playing. And one thing I keep hearing about this game from like people who like the game is that like, oh, you have to, after 10 hours, the game starts getting good or something like that.
Yeah, if a game takes 10 hours to get good,
Like, it's not a good game, period. It's just bad.
that is a silly amount of time for you to get into a game. Like the only game that should take me 10 hours to get into is fucking World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the kind of game where you know you're going to be investing literally hundreds, thousands of hours. Like, I'm not interested in investing that into a game where its brightest feature is its photo mode.
But Zelda, it doesn't have a story, does it? Now, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I didn't care.
Like, honestly, I thought that was, like, a really good thing because...
Like, I just, like, okay, so here's an example of something, like, I got into Zelda, and, like, even though they don't tell you what to do, I felt like I knew what to do.
What I really like about the game is, like, you know, Link has always been an adventurer. Like, the game has always told you, you're an adventurer. But this is, like, really, like, the first time I truly feel like I'm the adventurer, that, like, everything that I set out to do is something I want to do.
Right.
Because I love the adventure in this game and exploring things, just, like, looking in every nook and cranny. Or just, like, going to all the big sites and doing whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you can spend hours in that game just, like, going around. Like, I haven't done much of the story in that game because I've still, like, got places to explore. And I'm just having fun going around and figuring out how to get up into all the different towers.
Yeah.
Because, you know, different ones have different sort of, like, puzzly aspects to them.
Yeah, that's actually, like, the reason why I haven't beaten the game is, like, I could beat it right now if I wanted to, but I just know there's so much out there that I still haven't done that I don't want to yet.
Overall, would you say to get Horizon or Zelda?
Oh, definitely.
Tough question.
Oh, definitely Horizon, for sure. I mean, look at that photo mode, man.
Anyway, Jurgen's a retard.
So, yeah, Zelda's.
Zelda's the superior video game.
That's a good game. That's a game I'm going to remember.
Yeah.
The game that made me restore faith in game making. Now, I gotta defeat I gotta defeat Calamity Ganon first, and then I have to then go to back to our world, then defeat Ganondorf.
And another video down. That's 4 at this point. Sorry if I sound a little tired. It's because I am. I've stayed up until 6 in the morning editing this video. I'm really quite tired. But if you guys want to, you can check out over here. You can watch my podcast, or you can watch one of the previous videos we've done. The next 2 videos coming up on the channel will be on Wednesday next week and Saturday next week, and those are about why we got out of comics and why we would come back to comics, as well as Resident Evil and its evolution as a game series.